Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Subramaniam Maslamani. I'm a Tamil. Today my subject is distress message from a Tamilan. The journey must continue, and freedom is a journey, not a destination. It is an urgent plea to all Tamils worldwide because we are in great trouble. I am pleading with a few Tamil leaders for a joint proclamation and pro-action to lead the Tamil people out of the dilemma and the doldrums. But all I hear is blame game. No leader wants to pick up the mantle and run with it. No, it is not in their mind. Their inabilities and incapacities are transformed into nefarious and narcissistic action of the other leaders. The problem today is not about whom the leader is. It is about the community that is in total disarray. And we need someone to pick it up, arrange it, and put it back on track. When I point out this, they call me a traitor. So much for my YouTube.com shoutings. The question that should be asked of the leaders are you for the community's improvement, or are you just a parasite on the community? The first task of any leader is to unite the community, but not to play the blame game. Ineffective, inefficient, boneless losers do that. Our primary object is to unite the people, then harness the powers of the world to help us in our motherland, and to arrest the tyrant in Sri Lanka and put him behind bars so that one criminal is taken out of circulation. If we have a constitution, if we have our mission clearly defined, if we have our commitment spelled out strong, if our convictions still made, conscience is clear, and if we stand on firm moral high ground and our moral compass pointed north, how can there be too many leaders? How can there be contradictions? If there is no community, then there is no need for leaders. You cannot be an empty leader of an illusion. That is what is happening in the community. I asked the TGTE what is happening, and they said there are problems with the other factions. There are no other factions if you really stand for the needs of the community. Either we have chickens or cunning coyotes. I know some of my friends are in it for their own selfish purpose. The only way to know what they stand for is to get them out in the open. We as Tamils have a sacred duty to clean up the community. When there are internal diseases, the demand is on the immune system to fight the internal situation. Then what is left to fight the external invasion of diseases? Next dilemma is, why is it difficult to convince some people that we have problems to solve, not people to blame? The focus must be on the community, not on the individuals. Why is it happening? Because the people who want to be leaders lack backbones. They are boneless worms. They are lackeys more than the donkeys. Let me bite my tongue and keep the names to myself. When the problem is crystal clear, what masks the senses of people who want to be leaders? Besides, if there is no community, what are you going to lead unless your mission is to sell out the community for pittance? We also realize that some of the elected members do not seem to understand their mission. I sense that putting their names on the letterhead on a calling card or being invited to a social function seem to be the motive of some members. What we need at this time are hardcore, strong-willed, principle-oriented people to lead. Alas, it's missing. If I do not lead my enterprise with fundamental values, people will sense it and look for another job. Same thing in politics. But politicians are ranked 32nd in the list of trustworthy people on the face of the earth. So looking for politicians to lead the community out of the dilemma is out of questions. They are simply parasites on the community and people. Tamils don't need political leadership. What we need are martial leadership skills willing to put their life on line. Can we expect the religious establishment to lead the community? No, they are the same. They create competitive religion out of one religion, like the politicians. With 1 million diaspora, we should be a formidable force, but we are not because of the jackasses, mules, donkeys and monkeys. I do not want to name names, but people know who they are. Once I asked members to disclose their assets, credit files and the criminal records to know if they are real people. No one dared to come forward. Therefore, what we are doing is, knowing the situation fairly clearly, we have embarked on a rebuilding process. We are not looking into what will happen in the near future, but about the community in 1000 years. In the near future, these cronies had to be educated and made to work for the community or eradicated. The infighting among our Tamil community goes back into several hundred years when the Europeans have invented community corporations to benefit the people. We are destroying each other. When asked, they come up with an array of what is wrong with the others instead of looking into see what is wrong with us. As long as we look for scapegoats, we will remain the sheep. It is always they, not us. We must reflect inside us to see what is missing within us before we look for what is missing in others. Taking responsibility is the mark of a leadership, of a real leader. But what I notice is that some intelligent Tamils opt out of the freedom movement and are just changing religion, culture and language that are conducive to their progress. We cannot blame them, for when donkeys lead, only mules will follow, not mankind. But we are not ready to give up our hope. We are banking on our younger generation to take the leadership and form a modern democratic community that will have the necessary covenants and clauses to form a transparent, caring and responsible leadership, not by people, but by a constitution. The supreme constitution, that is what is needed to convince our people. Until such time, and as long as our life will permit, we shall not give up. I watched the Doha debates, a member of the Qatar Foundation, and realized that the once fourth world nations are propelled them to the first level. No wonder Indians, Pakistanis, Sri Lankans and Bangladeshis are doing menial jobs in the Middle East. Sri Lanka, once the Singapore of the Indian Ocean, has been made into a Somalia. Sad indeed. There's a lot of hidden criticism in what this write-up. But there are lots of hidden criticism in this write-up, but will only be obvious to those false leaders, for they are into it. We want these leaders to either sharpen their commitments or gracefully bow out and let someone else lead, or let the people go wherever they find convenient to live. If you are an elected leader, you had better pick up your tools and start working for the community, or please get lost. We don't need ineffective, inefficient losers in our community. You are probably not the right one for the job. As it's a long and arduous process, we had to do it the way our foreparents did for us. The journey must continue, and freedom is a journey, not a destination. And as I always say, all Tamils unite, stay together, work hard, never ever give up, and the best is yet to come. Thank you very much. My name is Subramaniam Maslamani, a world-class Tamil powered by convictions, commitments and conscience.